So shall we talk about what's going on in the world when you guys are only new into it? Because it's important to know when you're older what's going on out there that we are experiencing now, which you're experiencing now, but doesn't really matter to you at all. When your brother wakes up, I'm sure he'll catch up on the rest of the story. So what's going on? We break it down. We break it down into different things, okay? The environment. Things that will affect you. Things that will affect you in your lifetime. And by the time your dad's gone, and probably your mum's gone, there'll be bigger issues for you than they are for me now. Like global warming. Don't let anyone tell you that it's not happening, okay? We know it's happening. We can see it happening. We're watching species become extinct because it's happening. We're watching water levels rise. We're watching weather become hotter. All of those things are happening, right? And because of that, you guys are going to have to deal with our mess. And I apologise on behalf of humanity for all of the mess that we left you. I'm going to do what I can before we're done, before I'm done, to see what we can do to fix it. But realistically, it's on you guys, alright? So be strong. What else is happening? Religion. Religion. All of this power, which could be used for good, is currently not being used for good so much. I don't think. Because Mum got oh! I know it's an emotional subject matter. Don't need to cry about it though. Okay. So, what do we think about the fractious nature of the relationship between Islam and pretty much the rest of the world at the moment? Everyone's grumpy with Islam. Even Islam is grumpy with some parts of Islam. But you can't let that, you cannot let that bother you. Sorry, you can let it bother you. You can't let it define you. You can't pick a side and back one horse, because there's always going to be Islamic people, there's always going to be non-Islamic people, and you've got to learn to make it work, because we're not getting rid of one or the other. We've got to make it work. So you've got to find a way as well. So right now you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, and when it comes your time, you've got to deal with it like grown-ups, okay? You've got to accept that there are different people and they believe different things. Okay? Doesn't mean we have to shoot them. Doesn't mean we have to ban them. Doesn't mean we have to run away from them. Just means there are different people and they believe different things, and that's okay. Race. I can't believe in 2017 we're still having this conversation. It's not a conversation, you're not saying anything, but it's okay. I can't believe that in 2017 we're still having news reports about racism. Even the World Cup next year in Russia, which is the next big soccer sporting event in the world that you guys will be around for. And believe me, race will be the biggest issue to come out of that. It will be a big deal. It'll be a big deal. You wait, it'll have nothing to do with the soccer, it'll have nothing to do with the teams, it'll have nothing to do with the entertainment, the food, nothing. The biggest news out of that, the biggest news to come out of the World Cup in 2018 will be racism. Mark my words, nothing shorter. Doesn't matter what you say, you can go all you like. It will be racism. That's sad. Marry someone from a different race, love someone from a different race, get to know them, understand them, deal with it, accept them, and move on. Because we're all the same underneath, right? When we scratch the surface, we all bleed the same colour. Remember that, alright? Got nothing to do with what they look like on the outside. If it had something to do with what they looked like on the outside, you wouldn't talk to him and he probably wouldn't talk to you because you look so different. Honestly. You two could be racist against each other because you're so different. But don't. Because he loves you already. You don't know it yet, and he doesn't know it yet. And you love him, and you don't know it yet, but you will. Because even though he looks different, he's lovable, and he's your brother. Okay? What else is happening? Politics. Don't get me started. In the last 5 years, there's been a massive swing towards the ultra-right conservative movements around the world. Whether it's whole parties, whole political parties, or whether it's just small factions or even outspoken individuals, ultra-conservatism is a problem. It has been a problem in our last 100 years. In fact, probably longer, but in particular our last... somebody's got an opinion about that, haven't they? In our last 100 years, ultra-conservatism, far-right politicians, a couple of notables in that, Hitler probably the most obvious, have become a big issue. They are there today. They are no different, except maybe they're not killing quite so many people. But don't let them fool you. Ultra-conservatism is another way of saying, I don't like what you look like, I don't like what you believe, and I don't like where you come from, or the way you speak. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's ignorance. Don't buy it for a second. What else
Sports,
is happening?
baby.
Sports. Talk to me. Sports. You don't know it yet. Well, I'm telling you now. You're both officially West Coast Eagles football supporters. I hate to break it to you, but that's what's happening. You're both West Coast Eagles supporters. This year, middle of the pack. We made the finals. We even surprised everybody and won a final, but we probably won't win another one for a couple of years. I think it'll be a little while before that. No, I do. Oh, don't cry about it. No, I cried about it too. I cried, I did, I'm with you. But they'll be back. You just got to wait. In your lifetime, they'll win half a dozen grand finals. They will. It's law of averages. They've been around since 1987 and they've won 3. So on that basis, every 10 years, they'll win one. So if you live to 100, they'll win 10. So don't worry. It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. They'll win. Okay. The reigning World Cup champions, obviously, is Germany in the soccer. They're the reigning World Cup champions. In the basketball, believe it or not, Golden State Warriors hadn't won one since 1970 or something silly. They now won 2 in a row. No, 2 out of 3. Cavaliers. He thinks it's funny. It's not funny. The Cavaliers have been to the finals 3 years in a row. But it's bizarre because when I was a kid, when I was your age, the Cavaliers, they sucked. They couldn't win a raffle, let alone a basketball game. So now, they're just having their moment in the sun. By the time you get my age, there'll be some other team that's strong. It doesn't matter. Okay? What about cricket? Cricket. Australia, who has been a traditional, strong country, you be Australians. So this is important, okay? Australia is nowhere in the cricket right now. Nowhere. Nowhere. Who's the best? Believe this or not, India in the one days and England in the test matches. England? Go figure. England suck. But they're the number ones right now, so you just got to deal with it. Alright? Be strong, be confident. Rugby. When you're my age, New Zealand will still be beating Australia in the rugby. It is true. They'll still be winning. There's nothing we can do about that. We can try all we like. The Kiwis are just better than us at rugby. So we've got to deal with it. What else? Golf. Jordan Spieth is the world number 1. It's true. Some unknown American kid. Tennis. Rafael Nadal is the number 1. Oh, I know it's sad, isn't it? It's not Australian, but there'll be an Australian back there soon. There will. Probably some Greek idiot called Kyrgios. It was a bit of a nut job, but I reckon he'll make it back. Are you hungry? Should we?
I think we should feed him.
Should we pick this up at another time?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. It's been good though. Great talking. Thanks for your feedback. All right. Thanks for your interaction. It's lovely. All right.